Hello folks, and welcome to SLE Equipment here in Nashville, Tennessee. Today we're doing the instructional video for this 8.5 by 20 foot long silver frost blackout trim concession trailer. We're going to start up front here. Taking a look at the very front, have the tongue jack, generator platform ready to go for your generator on it. Here we have the 36 by 36 access door. Access is the V-nose. Inside the V-nose, first thing you see there is the 30-gallon freshwater tank. Power cord for this unit. Back in the corner there, you see the 6-gallon water heater. And come on around, here's the electric panel. That gray box next to the panel is the inverter. That charges the 12-volt system anytime you're hooked to a power source, be it shore power or generator. There's your 12-volt battery, and then the fuses for the 12-volt system. Nice thing about that panel there is it lights up next to a fuse if that fuse blows. So very easy to recognize which fuse has blown. Down here you can see have the primary water line coming off the freshwater tank. This is your blowout line for winterization. That will come in a separate video, that process does. And then this here is your drain. Simply turn that valve to where the valve is in line. That opens up the drain and allows the water in the freshwater tank to drain out. And then up here we have the water pump. Also operates on the 12-volt system along with the interior and exterior LED lights. This thing's being stubborn all of a sudden. Alright. So one quick note here, I didn't talk about it with the gen platform. Whether you're running off of generator power or shore power, first thing you want to do is make sure that that power source is turned off. Once you've verified that power source is turned off, then you're going to come over here. You're going to line up your plug. There's a notch here. Line up that notch with the plug there. Insert, twist to the right, and then this little collar here screws on. Once that's tightened in place, you're ready to go. Hook your other and plug in your other end to your generator or your shore power, and then at that point in time turn on the power source. This is a 240 volt system, so it can be a very dangerous amount of electricity. We want everybody to be safe and make sure you're using the proper precautions, okay? All right, let's move on around to the side of the trailer here. First up, you see the water access panel. You open this door here, remove this cap, insert a hose here, fill the water tank, and then once you're done filling the water tank, simply take and replace your cap and you're done. All right, this one here, this is for your freshwater or pressurized water side. You can see it does have a filter on it. It's common garden hose fitting there, so just screw on your garden hose there, and they do make hoses with garden hose fittings for potable water, however you say that word. But you'll connect there. Once you've done that, just leave that connected while you're running your water. That supplies water directly to the water heater and the faucets, and it is pressurized, so it bypasses the freshwater tank. All right, next up, see the LED light just to the right of the entry door. Entry door is a 36-inch wide by 78 tall door. Has a lock bar on the outside for security. Then we're going to go down here. Down here we have the waste tank drain. So this is the water hose fitting cap, and then this is a 3-inch hose cap. That 3-inch hose you can purchase at any RV and camping supply store. Once you've removed your cap, attached your hose, simply open this valve here by pulling that handle out to the left. Once you've done that and all the contents have drained, then at that point push that handle back in, remove your hose, and replace your cap. All right, next up, two 5,200-pound axles, steel wheels. One thing real quick, this little rubber cap here, in behind it, there's a grease fitting once every 10,000 miles or 1 year, whichever comes first. You will need to remove that grease fitting, apply the proper amount of grease, or connect your grease gun to it, apply the proper amount of grease. Just greasing the ball bearings and the hub there, good. Once you've completed that, detach your grease gun and replace your rubber cap on the outside of that dust cap there. All right, and there is one of those in all four wheels, so you'll need to do that on all four. All right, give you a shot from the back side down the side of this unit here. All right, coming on around the back, you can see up at the top left, there's a license plate holder there, and then two 100-pound propane tanks inside cages. Unit is already outfitted with gas and fire suppression. So you have the regulator and the hose connected to the tank there. Move on around, get a shot down this side here. And then same thing on this side. Again, both wheels have that grease fitting in behind that rubber cap. Just make sure you do that again once every 10,000 miles or 1 year, whichever comes first. Then we'll come here, have the 3 foot by 5 foot concession window, LED lights on either side. These are vertical windows, so they slide up and down. They do have screens in the inside of them, and then the concession counter below the window here. I'll go ahead and show you the screen right quick. So this is the screen in place. There, you can kind of see it there with the light catching it. And then to lower this counter here, simply come up here, push in one latch. I usually just rest my arm under the bottom of this, push in the second latch, lower down. You can do it with one hand. Pretty simple operation there. And that concession window does have a lock on the handle on the outside, and then a deadbolt as well. All right, we are back around to the front of the trailer. So let's talk about the gas on this thing. So first thing you want to do for the gas system is go ahead and open up the concession window here. I'll actually go back around this way. Open that window up, make sure that at least one of the windows is in the up position, or down, whichever you prefer, but one of the windows is open. We're then going to come inside the trailer. Right here on the wall, just to the left, as you enter, you see the switch here. That's the switch for the exhaust, or the grease hood, exhaust fan, whichever you prefer to call it. As you can tell, whenever these three lights are on, they turn on and off with the grease hood. So if they're on, the grease hood's on. And you can hear the fan running. So simply going to come in here. You're just going to check and make sure that all of your knobs are in the off position. Right? Same thing on your fryers here. Make sure that it's in the off position. Off position there. So just a quick recap. We've opened our window. We have this side open. We have turned on our grease hood with the switch right there. That is up and running. And then the third step, we're going to verify that all of our knobs are in the off position. Oh, forgot two knobs over here. Off and off. Now at this point, you're ready to go outside and turn on the gas. So we're simply just going to step back out of the trailer here, walk around to the back side. All right, so I'll demonstrate on this one over here. You're going to turn your knob here all the way. You're going to open that all the way up. All right. Once you've opened that all the way up, you want to look and listen here. So, actually, just kind of listen here. Listen and smell here. So you're listening to see if you hear any gas hissing out of this vent right here, and it's clearly written vent on the regulator. And then you want to smell to see if you can smell any gas coming out of there. If you don't smell any gas, or you don't hear any gas coming out of there, you're in good shape. You're ready to go on to step 2. If you do, shut it back off at your valve here. Contact your local gas company, have them come out and service the unit. Just make sure everything's okay. Chances are you could have a bad regulator if you hear gas or smell gas there at that vent. So just want to be on the safe side again. If everything does check out okay here, now you're ready to go to step 2. That's going to be this switch here. Turn that to the up position. Again, in line. Once you've turned that to the up position, you should not hear any gas running through this. Excuse me. Should not hear any gas running through this line. You'll hear an initial whoosh of gas. Beyond that, that is all you should hear. Okay. Once you've verified that you don't hear gas continuously running through there, then you're ready to go inside the trailer and start lighting equipment. If, however, you do hear gas continuously flowing through that line there, shut this back off, go inside the unit, double check your knobs, make sure all of them are in off position. There's a good chance you bumped one, whatever, while you were checking your knobs earlier, and you just didn't catch it, so you've still got gas free flowing in there. That's not a good thing. We don't want that, okay? So shut that back off, check your knobs. If all your knobs are off, you turn this back on and you still hear gas continuously running through there, go ahead and again turn it off and contact your gas company, have them come out and service the unit. One concern here is this line, as you can see, runs underneath this trailer. We have to do that due to codes and regulations. However, that does lead to the potential of, when you're traveling with this unit, rocks, any kind of rubber, chunks of gravel, whatever, kicking up off the roadway, hitting one of those lines and damaging it. So if that were to happen and puncture a line, then you have gas free flowing out somewhere that it does not need to be flowing from. So we need to get that serviced and get that checked out. So, however, for our purposes here, we are running off of our supplied tank here, as these 2 tanks, that one and that one, when the unit is purchased, those tanks come with the unit. However, they do come empty. So you will need to have those filled at a reputable licensed dealer who can fill these tanks. They are 100-pound propane tanks. They hold approximately 23 gallons of propane. So if they were to be overfilled, then it could potentially damage the regulator or the valves on the tank. Not a good thing. So just make sure of that. But we're hooked up here. This is in the on position or open position. Gas is flowing as it should. So at this point, we're ready to go inside the unit and light equipment. All right, we are here inside the unit. We're going to start at the back here. Now, to light all this equipment, you're going to need something just as simple as a stick lighter. So as you can see, I have all these pilot lights already lit. All right, but you're just going to take a stick lighter, hold it down here, light 1, light 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so on, okay? Once you've done that, that's for lighting the range here. These are free-flowing pilots, so you don't have to turn on any pilot switches or anything to get those to work. For the oven, a little bit different story. So you're going to need 2 hands for this one. You're going to have one hand push and hold this button in. While you're pushing and holding that button in, You're going to take your stick lighter, insert it in this hole as far back as you can, light it, continuing to hold that button until we see that blue flame there. Once we see that blue flame, slowly release that button until you have completely released it. Verify that you have that blue flame still there. You can see it through the opening here. And again, you're just going to verify that you still have that open or that flame going, and then you're ready to move on. So I'm going to demonstrate these right quick. There we go. See those two. Now we're into the east. All right. There we go. All right. And that is our Asper 6-burner with oven combo is on this unit. And next up we have the Royal 36-inch griddle. It's on a 36-inch equipment stand. Oh, wait a minute. I need to show you the oven working here. Where did you see down in here? There you go. You can see the oven fired up. All right. Now with the griddle, same thing. We're going to take a stick lighter and we're simply going to look up underneath here. See that gas line right there? Just going to follow it back. Reach your stick lighter up there and light that pilot light. Okay, and there's the pilot light burning. Same thing for this pilot light. Again, just follow the line back with your stick lighter, and then the third pilot light here. Alright, I'll go ahead and demonstrate these now. There's that one. Taking a second to move on. Oh, there it goes. It's on around now. And we'll come over here and demonstrate this one. Alright. That's all 3 burners on our griddle. Alright. Next we're going to come over here to the Eagle 2-well steam table. Same thing here. To light the pilot, just going to follow that gas line back. Next to it is the pilot light, and I'll go ahead and demonstrate that. See that one working. And then over here, same thing. See that one right there. All right. And then on our 2 Royal fryers here, again another 2-hand operation here. So that little red dot next to the on button there, or where it says on, that's what you're going to line up here. So normally that would be in the off position. Again, I have these pilots already lit. You're going to turn it to where the L on pilot is lined up with that red dot. Push and hold. Now you're going to have to push and hold that for typically about 30 seconds to a minute. If it's first light, first time it's been lit, and the gas is completely out of the lines, it will take you a minute or so holding this button in. While holding the button in, take your stick lighter, reach up here, light your pilot light. When that lights, continue to hold that button typically for about a count of 15, and then slowly release that button, making sure that that pilot light stays on once you completely release the button. Okay, as long as the pilot light stays on, come back down here to your pilot switch, turn that to the on position. You see on is lined up with that little dot there, and you're good to go. Now I will demonstrate the fryer. There you go. And same thing on this fryer. There's your on, off, and pilot. Same pilot light, exact same procedures. Go ahead and demonstrate that one working. There it is. All right. Now that we're back standing, I'll give you a little better shot of these Royal fryers. Put my stick lighter up, and a better shot of that Eagle steam well table. One other thing to note right quick, each piece of gas equipment does have its own gas valve to it. You see that one's in the on position, all of these are. And then the last thing I want to point out with the gas valve back here. So this is the primary gas valve. If anything happens, that gas valve will, if anything happens and the fire suppression system was to discharge, that fire suppression system will turn off that gas valve, and once it does so, at that point it will shut off gas to the entire trailer and not allow any gas to continue to flow to any of the equipment. Okay? So, let's talk about the grease hood for a minute here. This grease hood, this is a 10-foot long grease hood. Back up here, get a little better shot of it. 10-foot long grease hood. It does have the 200 CFM fan, so pulling 2,000 CFM on it in total, so it's 200 per foot. The trough or grease rail is here, all along there, already installed. And then right there you can see the cup. So that cup mounts right here on those two posts. Okay, so once a week at minimum, you'll need to pull these grease filters out, wash them with a good soap and warm water just to make sure they're clean and prevent any grease fires inside the hood. To remove these, very simply lift, pull the bottom out, lower down, so put them back in, line the top in, push the bottom in, and lower down. All right. When you do pull those out and you put them back in, you want to make sure that all of your cracks in between filters are as tight as possible. That way it keeps any extra grease from getting in there, or any kind of loose debris that could be in the trailer from getting sucked up into that fan, potentially damaging the fan, or excess grease getting in there and causing a fire inside the hood. All right. There is a fire suppression system in behind those inside the hood in case that was to happen, but we want to take every step possible to prevent that. So, and again, minimum once a week, soap and warm water to clean the grease filters with. The trough, I would recommend cleaning daily, and then the grease cups, you're going to need to monitor those throughout the day. You may have to empty those multiple times, depending on how much cooking you're doing, how much grease you're producing. Okay. So here you see the fire suppression nozzle for fryer 1, fryer 2. This one's for the griddle. And And as you can see, this one is piped down for the oven and is up above the burners there for the oven. Alright. Alright. The rest of the fire suppression system, here's the control head. If something were to happen and you needed to discharge the system manually, much like a fire extinguisher, you grab this pin, give a good firm pull, you're going to break that seal. Once that pin is completely pulled, then you're going to take this handle, flip it up, and that's going to discharge the system. Alright. All the fire suppressant is contained inside the bottle here, mounted on top of the shelf in the V-nose. Just to give you a little bit of a look there. Alright. Next up, let's just go around the trailer, kind of take a look at what all we have on this trailer here. So as you can see, this trailer is equipped with a 3-sink package with a separate hand wash sink. Has the counter in the V-nose, and then the shelf above in the V-nose. Alright. Again, the concession window, 18 by 60 table, work table. That is a stainless steel top with galvanized undershelf. Then over here we have a 24 by 60 work table, stainless steel top, galvanized undershelf. Back here we have the Asper 27-inch sandwich prep. It is refrigerated. Down below. And inside here, see it does come with the 8 pans there. And then here we have the 23 cubic foot Asper refrigerator. It's a nice cool 35.6 degrees in there. And real quick, set of keys inside that manual there with the manual. Those keys go to this lock right here. That allows you to lock the door so that during transport that door cannot come open, even if it wants to. Alright. Unit is equipped with a rubber point flooring throughout. It is a solid one-piece flooring. And then it has 1, 2, 3 LED lights inside. It does have an AC and heat unit. So this switch and this switch down here at this end, that allows you to shut off the vents on one end or the other. I would recommend shutting off the vents on this end closest to the grease hood. That way all of that air doesn't immediately get sucked out of the trailer. Leave this one open, let it hit the front of the unit there, and just kind of circulate back before it gets sucked out to the grease hood. And then this knob here is your temperature control knob, so hot and cold. And then this knob turns on high cool, low cool, high fan, low fan, high heat, low heat. I don't know if you can hear that running over the gas, but it is on. All right, let's talk about shutdown procedures. Oh, wait a minute. One more thing to do here. Let's go around and show all the outlets working. 2 lights means it's on. All of our outlets work. One last thing I'm going to touch on. Every unit we sell here at SLE that comes equipped with gas gets one of these carbon monoxide alarms and explosive gas alarms. I'm not putting the battery and manual there. I don't put the battery in because you'll hear that chirp incessantly if I do. So, just to show you that that does work though, there it is. If it ever flashes LB on the screen here, that just simply means low battery. and it will chirp the entire time, about once every 5 to 6 seconds, as long as that battery is low. Alright, let's go over shutdown procedures here. So when we're done at the end of the day, sold a lot of food, made a lot of money, we're ready to shut everything down. First thing we're going to do is we're going to shut down the gas. So we're going to leave our window open, leave our exhaust hood on. We're going to come over and we're just going to turn all of our knobs to the off position again. Alright? Now, the pilot light for the oven and for these burners, again, free flowing. Same thing for the griddle, free flowing. However, our royal fryers are not. So we're going to come down here. We're simply going to turn this knob all the way over to pilot, push in, turn it past, and then turn it to the off position there. Alright. Then we're going to verify that our pilot light has gone out. It has. And then the same thing with this one. Once we hit pilot, push in again, continue to turn to the off position, and make sure that your knob is in the off position as well. Alright, once we've done that, we verified all the gas that we can turn off is off. We know now we only have pilot, the free-flowing pilots running. We're going to exit the unit. It's getting dark on us out here. Only downside to winter. That and the really, really cold temperatures, but all right. Now we're going to come here. We're going to turn this to the off position. Once that's done, you will go to your tank. I'm going to come to my tank here, and I'm going to close that valve. All right, now I know that's off and closed up. Now we'll go back around to the unit, go inside. We'll give that a second for the gas to bleed off out of the lines there. Oh, already has. Alright, so as you can see, all of our pilot lights have gone out already. And you just want to go through and verify that your pilot lights are off. Each and every one. And once we've verified that all of them are out, I did check these, I didn't show it on camera, but there you go. Everything's in the off position, all of our pilot lights have gone out. Now at this point, if we want, we can come over and we can shut off our exhaust. Alright, I don't feel like I have to yell anymore. It's not that loud, but you have to talk a little louder. So, now we've shut down our gas system. Next thing is our water. I've not demonstrated that yet, but I'll come here, show you the cold water. Anytime you turn on your water, little switch right here is your on-off switch for the water pump. And you see the flow jet sticker above it there. Make sure that's on when you turn your water on. You see that run. And we'll go to our hot side. And that good consistent flow that you see there on the hot side, that's important, and we'll talk about that here in a minute. Demonstrate the rest of this, both sides of this water. Now we've got the hot side on here. I'm gonna go ahead and get a temperature reading just to show that. 134, 135, that got up there quick. So you can see it will reach the temperatures that you need. Most health departments require at least 120 degrees. Again, that one was 135. Careful. There is a temperature knob on the water heater here. So you can see that I have it set on max. There's 125, so maybe just a hair below 125, or about 125 might be where you want to be at. But you can select the temperature that you have the water heater set to. Okay. With the water heater, so you want to come to your faucet, turn on the hot water side and the cold water side. Get that good consistent flow of water like you see here. All right. Once you have that, I like to turn the cold water off. Just leave the hot water running, make sure I still have that good consistent flow. That's hot. I do. Once you see that good consistent flow, then at that point, plug your water heater in. All right. That tells you the water heater is full. If it's not full when you plug it in, you risk burning up the heating element inside that water heater. Not worth incurring that extra expense. So just take a moment, come inside, run the water. Make sure you have a good consistent flow, especially on the hot side. Make sure that water heater's full before you plug it in. All right. And then at the end of the day, I recommend that everybody unplug the water heater when you're completely done and you're ready to go home for the day. That way, if you just get in that habit, then you know you're checking your water, making sure you have a good consistent flow before you ever plug that water heater in, and it just ensures that you don't burn up that element. All right. A few other things to go over right quick. Before transit, check your brake lights, your turn signals, your running lights, make sure all of those work. Check the tire pressure, check your lug nuts, make sure all of that is good and tight like it should be. And make sure you have any hoses or your power cord, all that stuff stowed away before transporting the unit. Cleaning the unit. So there we have it. That's the instructional video. I thank you for taking the time to watch this. I know I can be a little monotone at times. However, I hope you at least got something good out of this video, information-wise. If you're interested in this unit is available for sale at this current time. Don't know how long that'll last. But please give us a call if you're interested in this unit. If it has sold, once you call us, we can build this unit again as is or make any changes to it that you desire. And as always, if you're interested in this unit or any other unit, please give us a call here at SLE. Thank you. Have a great day.